Hey guys, Drutter here. It's June 19th, 2016. Happy Father's Day. I'm just sitting at my kitchen table at my new basement suite and just looking at some coins, but looking at this flower. It's a lily that I brought from Grandma's house and put in a little pot here, and it's doing well, and it looks like it's got a little bud there. I see it's got a couple of these little seed pods too, which it usually produces every year. This came from a patch of lilies that you've seen in my garden videos at Grandma's house for a while, and it was her grandmother's lilies. I actually have two. There's a small one growing next to it, but yeah, so I'd show you that. Oh, I could show you side. Got this little tiny little garden patch here outside. I got some oregano, and that's just an herb that grows. It's sort of a ground cover herb. It's very tasty actually. I forget what it's called. It tastes kind of like lettuce and peas. And that's some mint from the old patch at Grandma's house. So is that oregano. It's getting a little too much water here, so the leaves are kind of browning off, but anyhow, that's my garden for this year. On to the topic of this video though. What do these silver rounds have in common? There's the silver sativa, the silver indica, and the silver ruderalis from Liberty Leaf. A really nice set of silver rounds that have been out for a few years. Well, this one's about a year old. This is about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, I think, and this is about 4 years old. A popular and a really beautiful set of rounds that you can get from libertyleaf.com. This round here is from First Majestic. They're based in Vancouver, and they've got a lot of mines in Mexico and such. Big silver corporation. There's an image of Mexico on the other side there. It's First Majestic, and this is a Pan American, I think they call it a prospector round, sort of a dude there on the back. 999 1 ounce Pan American. What they have in common is that they were all produced by the NorthWest Territorial Mint. NWT Mint, NorthWest Territorial. I think you can see their name. Yeah, there on the bottom of that one. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but right along the bottom it says NorthWest Territorial Mint. And I don't know if you've heard, but several weeks ago they declared bankruptcy, so I'll put a link down below where you can check out the official page that's been set up for the bankruptcy proceedings. Now, it sounds to me like this company was operating kind of as a Ponzi scheme. They were taking in new orders, new money, new currency anyway, but they weren't shipping out the goods. They weren't shipping out the real money, the silver, that people were purchasing until quite a bit later. And that's often a sign of problems within a company. It doesn't happen in just precious metals, of course. It happens in any kind of company that receives and ships items and goods. Payments can be taken in, and that money can be used for internal uses for a little while before put toward, putting toward inventory or whatever, to replenish your stock to keep things going. So that's not a healthy business model at best, and at worst it has a lot of features of a Ponzi scheme or a scam, really. And well, what happened is the company, sounds like anyway, they lost a lawsuit along the way or something, and they say that was the trigger that just broke the camel's back, and now they're basically $50 million in the hole to their customers. And apparently they have about 55 million total debts and only about 5 million in assets. So really, they're bankrupt is what they are. And that's really unfortunate, because they were the mint that provided a lot of rounds and bars and other things for many different other mints and companies like like Liberty Leaf and like Pan American and First Majestic, and those are just off the top of my head, but I believe that they were well enmeshed in the bullion industry in North America. And I've said many good things about their rounds and bars and stuff in the past, and I own a lot of their stuff that they've minted. NorthWest Territorial Mint. It's always been quality stuff as far as I could tell. It's just the fact that I guess something wasn't run right about the company, and that's happened before. We saw that, I think, about a year ago or two with Tulving, and also with, I think it was bulliondirect.ca or .com, and I'm probably forgetting a couple other fairly well-known mints and companies that just and then they seem to sort of go the same way too. They sort of go like the delivery delays get longer and the selection goes down, and everything just gets worse, and they're basically just banking on the fact that they have word of mouth and reputation that they can rely on, and that's the only really thing counterbalancing the bullshit that's going on within their business. And eventually that doesn't even hold it apart, and then it's okay, okay, game's up, we don't have any money. And unfortunately I found out about this because my buddy Ray, who I've been dealing with at Liberty Leaf, the owner of Liberty Leaf, I emailed him and said, I'm thinking of doing some of these on eBay. I don't have my website, CanadianSilverBullion.com. I closed that about a year ago to focus more on activism, but I used to sell these exclusively for Canadians and for non-Americans on my website, but I can't do that anymore. He only sold to the US and I sold everywhere else, and so I would import them to Canada and then ship them worldwide from here, but I can't do that on my website anymore. I was going to do it on eBay, so I just to get them out there, just to help him out a little bit and make a couple of bucks on the side too. And so I emailed him and he said, holy shit, dude, I just got word a couple of weeks ago that this is all over. My business is toast. And he got scammed for a huge amount of money. He put in an order right before the company decided to declare bankruptcy. He sent off his cash, and now he's saying that he doesn't know if he's going to get even 10% of that back a year from now. So that's really unfortunate. He's lost his business. There is no more Liberty Leaf USA or libertyleaf.com. And I don't think these are going to be made anymore, unfortunately, these beautiful rounds, the Sativa, the Indica, and the Ruderalis, along with their awesome quotes on the back. It is the responsibility of every citizen to question authority. Ben Franklin, I've read that probably 20 times on this channel. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. Abraham Lincoln. And those who expect to reap the blessings of liberty must undergo the fatigues of supporting it. Thomas Paine. 3 awesome 1-ounce silver rounds by a great company that never scammed anybody and did great business for many years, and I was happy to do business with them. And I guess that's over now because Liberty Leaf has lost all their funds basically, and unfortunately they've even lost the dies. The company had the dies, of course, in their possession because they were minting these rounds on behalf of Liberty Leaf, and they're not giving them back. They're claiming those as their property, and they're not. They're fully purchased by Liberty Leaf. So there's another side legal battle going on there that I just found out about. And, all power to Ray at libertyleaf.com. I know those are your dies, and if you have the receipts and everything as you tell me you do, then it should be a no-brainer, as long as there is justice in this country, and that's questionable too. So I hope you get your dies back, Ray, and then maybe at some point are able to start minting again. But until then, this is notice to everybody out there: if you've got the Sativa, the Indica, or the Ruderalis from Liberty Leaf, hang on to those coins, well, rounds, because they could be worth an awful lot in the future. I've just checked on eBay, and it's looking like they're going up around 40 plus, 40, 50, and probably more for these rounds now on eBay, whereas before you could get them for only a few dollars above spot, and I don't think that's ever going to be the case again. So there will be more cannabis-themed rounds out there, and there already are, and there will be in the future. So this is just a loss for the people who really liked these particular Liberty Leaf rounds, and I really did. And maybe just in the comments section, if you want to put your comments about what I've talked about here, or another thing to talk about might be, why does this bankruptcy thing seem to happen a lot with mints, with NorthWest Territorial Mint, with Tulving, with Bullion Direct, with bullion-related companies? Or is it just my perception that happens more in those companies, because that's what I follow? I follow silver, so I notice when that happens to silver. Or does it really happen more in the silver and gold industry and bullion? And if so, why? All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.